Happy Thursday, and thanks for being here on what's been a hit and miss day, or at least afternoon weather-wise. A spot of rain here, not here, then there, just depending on where you are. It's all, for the most part, outskirts of Debbie. We'll talk about that on a couple of different fronts related to our weather and that of other parts of the nation in just a few seconds. A two-car crash that authorities are possibly just now getting ready to clear the scene up on. If you're catching the 6 o'clock show, I'll take you there in just a few seconds, and a host of other news and information and things to discuss before I leave you. A similar report, I think I noted last time that it was the second with similar circumstances in just a matter of a few weeks, and now the third case of an adult being charged with endangering the welfare of a minor as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. The mother of two children, actually, that the Johnson County Sheriff's Department says was watching them even though she didn't have custody to do so, but doing so at her mother's when the 6-year-old of the two children called 911 to report that its mother, his or her mother, was unresponsive in the bathroom. It happened in Wittensville on Collins Drive, and that's where authorities quickly responded, and in doing so were met at the door by the 10-year-old child of the female, who led police and EMS inside the residence, where they found 42-year-old Candace Castle unresponsive, slumped over on the bathroom toilet, as well surrounded by multiple needles and a spoon that had drug residue, they believe, on it. They had to Narcan the mother. After coming to, she did recall shooting up before passing out, as she told authorities. And authorities instructing the mother of the suspect to no longer leave the child unsupervised with their actual mother, as was per the agreement of her chain of custody. She was not taken into custody or jail, but charged again with endangering the welfare of a minor and possession of drug paraphernalia. Again, 42-year-old Candace Castle. Let's talk about the weather real quickly before we go any further. Perhaps to no surprise, NOAA today, the Debbie, once a hurricane category 1, now a tropical storm over parts of North Carolina and beyond, and giving us some moisture, is the most recent named storm of the season. What they say looks to be a very active, hyperactive season. They updated their forecast today. The government entity calling it now more than likely to be an extremely active Atlantic hurricane season that could rank among the busiest on record. They're now predicting an estimated 17 to 24 named storms to form, of which 8 to 13 will spin up into hurricanes. Usually we see 14 or so named storms on average, and 7 of which are hurricanes. So nearly, potentially doubling that to some degree. And the outlook for those 17 to 24 named storms already includes the 4 that have already formed this year, including Hurricane Beryl, of course, which turned out to be the earliest Cat 5 Atlantic hurricane on record, as we all know, that took so many lives and left behind so much damage and destruction. And to add insult to injury, the peak hurricane season, well, it's still yet to come. That's the time of the year when we usually see the most significant storms and impacts from them. NOAA says there's a 90% chance of an above-average season, which is among the highest chances they have ever issued. Big Lots is closing hundreds of stores across the nation, which instantly, I think, draws a lot of interest from a lot of local folks, as we have several here in the eastern Kentucky area, as close as Prestonsburg. 315 stores across the nation, according to a filing that they have submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. A number of stores in many states, and they are citing a net sales decrease of almost $115 million in the first quarter of this year. It's about 10.2 or 3% compared to the same time last year. And they're also saying that they're increasing long-term debt load, which jumped $72 million from $500 million in the first quarter of 2023 to $575 million almost in the first quarter of this year. Glad to report the Prestonsburg location of Big Lots is not closing, confirmed there. We had someone within the Big Sandy News media group here confirm that Big Lots of Prestonsburg not closing, and in fact, when I went on to the website to try to determine if any Kentucky stores were closing, I couldn't find any that were marked closing. So it appears as though the one in Moorhead and Pikeville, and definitely the one in Prestonsburg, are all staying open, and we're glad to be able to report that. Real quickly before I go to a break, that's as good of a segue for a yard sale as I can come up with, because, good deals and all. But at my house, no. At the Double Wide beside Lee's, my mom and papa's Double Wide, Angie and Lacey, and I'm sure some more family, are having what I suspect will be a really big yard sale. It's appearing to pile up that way as such. Saturday morning starting at 8. Lacey's coming in, and they haven't done this for a number of years and are getting all the things together to take up and start bright and early, 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Please come and make sure it's gone. I promise you they will have some very nice, very gently used, like new items, clothing and otherwise, and all be going for great deals. So please come out and see them Saturday starting at.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. Just can't wait, and when it's one of those times for an amazing elective ultrasound of baby, call Mommy and Me 4D Imaging, a local studio with years of OB experience. Located in Sagersville and waiting at 496-5423. I'll be right back. Authorities just clearing the scene of this two-car crash that happened on 114 near the Ivington Trestle right around 5 o'clock this afternoon. Extremely glad to report that this is, for the most part, a non or at most minor injury accident. Could have certainly been worse. According to the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, Deputies Donovan Watson and Tyler Lafferty, who I spoke with on scene, the passenger car that you see to the left of your screen, the maroon sedan, had pulled out of Burning Fork and was making a left turn into Dry Bread. A vehicle coming down the hill towards Prestonsburg, down the Ivington Hill, a pickup truck, tried to avoid the collision, told authorities that his brakes malfunctioned when he tried to apply them and did everything to try to miss colliding with the vehicle or any other traffic, but the front of his truck did strike the front fender, driver's fender, and a little bit of the door on the driver's side of the small sedan. And as you can see, the damage left here and where the vehicles came to rest. But again, except for the small child who was with its mother in the sedan being taken, I believe, by personal or private vehicle afterwards as just a precaution, no other injuries were reported or treated at the scene. Up next, your McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. A few reminders on the calendar tonight. First off, from our friends at the Head of Coon United Baptist Church, they've got revival starting this Sunday at 7, and then they'll start revival 6 o'clock nightly thereafter, and this invitation goes out to everyone who can hear this announcement. Head of Coon United Baptist Church, revival starting Sunday night at 7. Don't forget they're blasting off Saturday evening this weekend. Weather's going to be awesome for the annual Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church Summer Bass Tournament. They're going to blast off from Clay Lick at 6 p.m. They'll come in at 2 a.m. for weigh-in, and they're going to have $1,000 for first, $500 for second, $300 for third, $100 every hour for the big fish. A lot of great prizes, a lot of great fun, a lot of boats, and teams are going to be there. They hope to see you. If you have any questions, call Tammy at 548-0118. You can call to get registered. I believe you can certainly show up that morning, but you want to be there before 6 because they will blast off promptly. That evening at 6 p.m. It is an evening tournament. Water into Wine has their next commodity day, their senior commodity day, next week on Thursday, 8 till 10. And this weekend, it's Ladies' Day, this Saturday, at the Sagersville Church of Christ. Guest speakers Tammy Short and Miranda Collins will be there. And ladies, they hope that you'll join them, 10 to 1. Hope you join the calendar whenever you've got announcements. Remember, yard sale, my personal announcement, 8 o'clock Saturday morning at the Double Wide next to Lee's. Lacey and Angie and some other family are putting up a trailer or trailers full, and I hope that you'll join them there. From there, I do have just in an announcement that comes, actually two, that I only have one typed in. As I understand, 61-year-old Daryl Back of Hazel Green, formerly of Sagersville, passed away yesterday at his home, survived by his wife, Susan Helton Back. Arrangements to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And I don't have this one typed in, but it's my understanding from Jones and Preston that 84-year-old Billy Vern Conley of Thelma passed away on Tuesday of this week. Services are to be held this coming Monday morning at 11 at Jones and Preston Funeral Home. The Big Sandy Healthcare System family is excited to welcome and introduce to you their newest team member, Dr. Emily McCormick, DMD. From right here in Eastern Kentucky, Dr. McCormick joins Hope Family Dental and is excited to see and serve patients in Magoffin County. Call 349-5126 to schedule an appointment. Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. Summer is wrapping up, and that means back to school, football games, fall, and all the wonderful things that go with it. And the seasonal shop has got a large selection of Magoffin and UK merchandise ready to go. Beautiful jewelry and accessories to complement all of your outfits. And for the teachers, a full line of spa and pampering products that are perfect to help relieve a little stress after some long days. Fragrance lines to help maybe any classroom or dorm room feel more like home. And as always, a beautiful selection of home decor. If you haven't been in lately, very lately, stop in and get a preview of some of their fall and Christmas colors and styles. And remember, local delivery and layaway at the seasonal shop. Get ready, because the 21st annual Magoffin County Community Day is coming up Saturday, August 17th in Ramey Park, and tickets, as always, are just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free, and those $10 tickets still get you into one of the greatest bluegrass shows anywhere and a chance to win a car. And this year, we've got Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Larry Sparks, Dave Atkins Band, Turning Ground, Randy Maloney and Friends, Aaron Grace Rudd, Black Powder Express, Eddie Jenkins and the 606 Sound, Terry Miller and Traveler, and your MC, CJ the DJ. Get your tickets now at either location of the Sagersville National Bank. East Kentucky's premier entertainment venue is here. Pick your game at Outlaw Axe Country in Paintsville. Axe throwing, bull riding, cornhole, billiards, a full arcade, inflatables, and more. And don't forget to cash out with prizes and mine for gems before you go. Open 7 days a week and built for fun for 1 to 100. That's Outlaw Axe Country on Broadway in Paintsville. And snack on one of your favorites, Carnival Cravings, while you're there. Call for more or to book a party at 372-4FUN. Dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. and about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you...
Let's take a few extra moments and talk about the weather on a couple of different topics, Debbie being one of them. The effects of Debbie we're seeing spotted throughout eastern Kentucky today. And as far as the rest of your forecast, we're still looking to pretty much, for the most part, leapfrog the month of August weather-wise and head on straight into an early fall-like setting. I hear zero complaints of the low 80s for days. I think I referred to Debbie as tropical storm. It's tropical depression Debbie, which is still spinning on up the coast over North Carolina, reaching out and beyond and rolling right onto Virginia and elsewhere. And there's still some potential for some significant rainfall in parts of the zone that Debbie's going to go over. We're seeing just a little bit on the outskirts of that, literally some very spotted showers scattered at most. Literally, I had some at downtown Sagersville. Here at the studios, I drove to past the plaza, and it was dry on Parkway Drive. I got up from the restaurant row. It was wet for a spot and then dry again on my way to that auto accident about 5 o'clock or so. Very, very hit and miss. And there's the trek that Debbie's going to make right on out for the next couple of days through Saturday and then Sunday, finally making its way out on to the Atlantic Ocean again, not before potentially leaving some more rainfall and some significant in some spots. Those very few areas of yellow and those oranges, well, that could mean anywhere from 4 to upwards of 8 inches. 4 to 6 is probably going to be on the high end, but there are some pockets of some good rainfall. Some folks will see some flooding issues as a result. Most of those are on the inland, of course, and off of the coast, but still some rain to be seen. As for what we're seeing now, current conditions here in downtown Sagersville, it is 78 degrees, feels like 78, no heat index, of course, right now, and zero wind. It doesn't last long. That doesn't happen very often, but still air right now. Had a 13-mile-per-hour gust earlier today, is the biggest one we saw. We do have some winds in your forecast that I'll get to in just a few seconds. Humidity, as you can imagine, up there, 89%. The dew point is 76 degrees. Rain, we might pick up a little bit here and there, but so far that one little shot that we had in downtown Sagersville added up to less than 1/10 of an inch. Still, could use some more rain. We've been picking a little up here and there, but we could use a little more. Sunrise, 6:43, and sunset, as you saw, 8:34. Here's the data for your 7-day, and it does have a more of a September feel. We're kind of going to jump August. We do that quite often weather-wise. Sometimes we're behind or ahead a month. Sometimes that's not unusual. Several times a year. Mostly cloudy tonight, as you can see, and a 20% chance of those very light showers. For your Friday, patchy fog in the morning. No surprise there. Mostly cloudy skies, but they're going to give way to sunshine. Skies will become sunny tomorrow, and we will see with them some northwesterly winds, anywhere from 6 to maybe 16, 18 miles per hour tomorrow, so a bit on the breezy side for your Friday as this rolls right on out of here. Tomorrow night, more patchy fog, but mostly clear, and lows in the mid-50s. How nice that will be and feel. Yeah, a little bit of a September feel to it. Saturday, patchy fog to start it off. Otherwise, sunny. We're still hovering right around 80 or 81 degrees for expected daytime highs, not just on your Saturday, but for both days this weekend. Now, a little bit of fog Saturday morning. Again, 81, sunny. Nighttime lows in the low 50s, mostly clear skies. Ditto for your Sunday at 81, sunny, mostly clear. Almost a carbon copy for Saturday and for Sunday, and it's a good carbon copy to have. You know, a lot of things when you copy them in this world, a copy of a copy of a copy is not as near as good as the original. Not in this case. Sunday's going to be just as nice as your Saturday, and if Monday doesn't look beautiful for you, I don't know what would. 81, mostly sunny, partly cloudy. Look at that. Continued days without any shower chances, not just your weekend, but into your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday. No threat, no chance of showers right now. Temperatures are going to creep back up from the low 80s to the mid. 81 Monday, 84 and 85 Tuesday and Wednesday, but sunny to mostly sunny skies and nighttime lows again mid-50s, but creeping up to the upper 50s at 59 for your Wednesday. Our next even chance of some showers after today is going to be on your Thursday, and that will be only a 20% chance this time next week, as temperatures again will be in the mid-80s with mostly sunny skies above. Like I said, very, very few, if, well, zero complaints, I think it's safe to say, about the weather, as we are, school's back in session, and August is quickly passing by, and seasons change quicker than you like sometimes. That's it. See you back here tomorrow, wrapping up this week. Next time, thank you for watching.